We're back for another episode of Community Exchange. I got the beautiful Shayla Graves today. Tell the world a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, I am an up and coming entrepreneur. I feel like I'm a little bit of a serial entrepreneur because I'm not like focused on one thing yet as I should be, but just trying to like put my hands on a couple different things. So I don't know, I'm just out here. I'm out here just trying to figure out, where I need to be and, appreciating the people around me because I feel like you especially have really motivated me in ways that I never even imagined. But we're gonna talk about that later. But
Oh man, well, just entrepreneurship. I think that's like a bigger thing that the millennials are just passing on. Like every millennial always like they want to work for themselves. They want to work for themselves. But what direction made you want to do that or step into your own realm?
well, I'm gonna say definitely doing this 9 to 5. It really like woke me up in a way like. Do I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5, but I think it's just like the slave mentality that come with it. Um, for a long time, like I was just, I was telling myself like this is what I want to do. Like I want to work for somebody all my life. I really don't want to do nothing in my life. I don't know. I just wasn't motivated, I guess. So I don't know. Lately, I just been being around different people who kind of like keep putting it in my head that it's something that I should definitely pursue. But like when you're not raised in it, I feel like sometimes it can take a long time for you to get it. But I don't know. Like for me, it did take me a while, but definitely being around those people kind of like pushed me to start thinking about it or just like I don't know. Yeah, basically thinking about it, having those thoughts.
I had the same type mindset as well. Not more so of working a 9 to 5. It's more so for me passing general generational like knowledge or something of an asset to them. I never wanted to give them, like an asset, like a home, because that's what typically people always think. But it's more so about knowledge to certain do things on yourself.
Right.
And once you have knowledge to do for yourself, you can actually accomplish everything. So, just growing up, give me a little rundown of just you growing up in West Philly as an adolescent. How was it like?
Well, life was really it was challenging. Like I don't want to go into like oh my mom was on drugs, but I mean I did grow up in that type of environment, but it wasn't as bad as others. Other
Hmm.
people went through a lot, and I can't even relate to that.
Right.
So like I'm just grateful that I made it out of the struggle. But being the oldest sibling, I basically was just I was put in a position where I had to become an adult early, and it caused me to grow up angry because of that because I couldn't understand it. I didn't want to have that responsibility, but I was given it because I wasn't going to not take over I wasn't going to not step up to the plate basically. So I'm going to say most of my childhood I was like running the streets and fighting and angry. Like definitely that's not the person I am anymore. But I came a long way of going through like mental health, all of that stuff. So I feel like wow, like just thinking of it, it give me the chills because I really didn't think I would be where I'm at today. Like a parent, like love my daughter to death, love my life. So
So with the multiple things that you said that you're dabbling in as an entrepreneur, give the people a rundown what they are.
So one is one that is like my little baby, but I started a business called iCandy.
Yeah, I need
Um,
to check that out. I can. I'm gonna
yes,
shout that out. I can. If y'all got badges,
yes,
keychains, whatever,
yes,
even bracelets, check out that eye candy.
yes. We in the making with iCandy. So basically, iCandy just started out as just like a little hobby, but as I started to research like basically how to start businesses, I was learning like you can't treat a business like a hobby. So I, started, getting more into it. So actually, iCandy is going to become a mom and daughter business. That's the future of it. But right now I'm just starting out with just building a brand, trying to like do it organically, because that's another thing too with this business stuff. I'm learning like just because you have a social media doesn't mean that that's going to give you this big audience as you thought. So I'm just really researching everything and, taking my time with that, but also real estate. So, like, my real estate company,
Oh God.
Your Neighborhood Home Buyers, basically me and another partner is running it. But again, I'm still learning the business. I made mistakes with buying a home of my own. So, with real estate is to me, I learned the hard way. So I want to help other people not go through what I went through, especially black women, women in general, because if you don't have the men, in your family, or just having like people in your family that can like help you in ways where you don't know. Like I feel like I can be that person for other people, because I never really feel like I had the help, but I didn't know how to like accept it. But now that I'm older, I feel like giving it, I can give that help because I know how it was to not have it. So that's pretty much it. Like for now,
For
there's
now,
more things coming, but that's just it for now.
I always play a little video. So I got this up and coming artist. I'm gonna play for the world, and at that, I'm gonna talk to you about the new endeavors that you have and just working a 9 to 5. All right, we be back.
Alright, come on, kids. Time to get up.
Wake
Time to
up.
eat.
Wake up, it's time to eat. Then I'm tired of sitting all day. If it's already out there for you, I'm gonna make sure you eat bigger food.
Turn on my brother, more than loyalty, shorter, we did this shit together. We marched right through the cold and you never changed for a second. Now we running it up and I'm backing it through whatever. Said we survived through the struggle, kept applying that pressure. They were showing no love that they died trying to be with us. Me and mines of the tone, we got shit lit in your setting. Everybody on go, so be cool before we get active. They was laughing at the ground, now they all up on my station. That be a lot of God, it's my time and I ain't waiting. Cause they told me relax, take my time and I was patient. If he crossing the set, he gon' end up in the basement. I ain't tripping by the deep hole, the bitch is basic. At this level, bitches can't go, I know you hate it. Should've stepped right to the deep cold, you started switching. Left me in the deep cold, stitchy at plans for the makers. They don't wanna see my face, they still come, they know I'm poppin'. Was broken, had no game, now I'm up, now I got options. Comply to the plan, that's the only way you flocking. Don't plan on falling back till I got cribs up in my pocket. See the glizzy or the praying, but it's on me. It's one band, one sound when we moving. Faith in the Lord, run it up right with my brodies. Don't make a sound, I got the fam depending on me. Yeah. Who am I to turn on my brother? More than loyalty, shorter, we did this shit together. We marched right through the cold and you never changed for a second. Now we running it up and I'm backing it through whatever. Said we survived through the struggle, kept applying that pressure. They were showing no love that they died trying to be with us. Me and mines of the tone, we got shit lit in your setting. Everybody on go, so be cool before we get active. Screaming free them, then my men's home, but they got debuffed. It's like we going daily running from them people. You better watch what you say and what you speak of. Them niggas sliding and they blowing through your people. Ain't do this shit alone, got my team so fucking pity. Success is how you grind with your time and I got plenty. I ain't finna the sign if I can't be me, you dig me. I am just a big product of what I try to get rid of. Everybody got a job, so we ain't worried about racing. You can have your opinion, but disrespect we don't play with. We ain't running from shit and we stepped to any occasion. Can't be took for a joke and pray you ain't sure what that pay.
All right, back to you, your daughter. Love your daughter to death. Um, See, I've known you for quite some time now. A little over a year, and I'm shocked that you left one out. Out of all the things you did, you left one out,
What
and
was
you don't even know which one I'm gonna talk about though. But the one that I'm gonna put out in the air is the book,
okay?
and the reason why I want to know what even made you come up with the idea of a book
For
to
the
even write to write for your daughter. I believe you was telling me,
yes.
but yeah, what made you come up with that idea?
Well, to be honest, I think it's because since she was born, I always like wanted to instill that in her of reading books. So for me, it was like we always reading books. Why we can't write a book, and like make it something unique and then like something to relate to her because I'm learning this as being a parent. Like when it comes to like the culture, like I don't feel like that we push enough of it in our kids, and I mean like in everything. Like it's not a whole lot out there, but when I mean that, I'm saying like, for instance, when I had gave my daughter a birthday party, I made it a Princess and a Frog theme. So
Hmm.
it was hard to find Princess and the Frog theme stuff because one, I feel like it's black, so it's not really like a whole lot of it, in stores and stuff. So like stuff like that, just for instance, it kind of make me feel like damn, it's not enough of it out there. So like as far as like the books and stuff, like don't get me wrong, like I see a lot of black kid books out there, but not enough. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So like just having that for her to look at and say, this is something that I made, and then something about her that she can relate to, and also for other kids to kind of relate to it. So that's still something that I dibble and dabble with sometimes. I
Dibble,
do have to, you know, I'll get that and I'll get it together.
dib,
I'll
and
get it
dab.
together. I know.
What the biggest inspirations you have right now in your life?
My biggest motivation is my daughter.
That's what's up, man. I have kids as well. I have three boys, and they motivate me to be better. As a father, you always want the best for your kids. As a parent, just in general. So you push yourself to make them see certain things and to learn things that we probably learned later in life that we wish that we learned when we were younger. You,
Right.
you feel me? So they can be more advanced. Um, what even made you decide to even start the iCandy thing?
To be honest, I really am into like arts and crafts stuff. I always been like into that growing up. So that was just like something to do, like just to say that's I did that. Like I started out doing the ID badges first, just because working in the nursing field, that's all you see. And really, I feel like I like to make things personal to me. So like we all can wear the same color, but we not all the same people. So I feel like the ID badges kind of like gave everybody their own personal little taste. And actually, like, I didn't even expect for so many people to support me like they did, but it kind of just made me feel like, okay, like, I can do something like this here and there. Like, that's why I said in the beginning, I did look at it more as a hobby. And now I feel like it's a business. Like, it's definitely no hobby no more. I've, realized that. But, yeah, like, I love, like, expressing myself in
Hmm.
any way I can. And like I said, that right there kind of like touched me just because of the personalization of it.
Yeah, because it's your own creation.
Yes.
Everyone is new, so you put a stamp on everything that you make, which is,
Right.
which is great. In the middle of the segment, we when we had that little break, we talked a little bit one on one about mental illness and mental health. Um, I don't think there's no one in this world that haven't dealt with it, before. It may not be severe and everything like that, but I've dealt with it before. I know you said spoke about it, but what awareness can you give anybody from a child to an adult to a young entrepreneur that's going through stuff right now? That advice you would give them to like make them go in the right direction?
One, definitely admit to it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us, we grow up with it being on our shoulder, like a chip on your shoulder, and you ashamed, and it's really nothing to be ashamed about because half of us don't even know that we're going through it, you know? But I think definitely admitting to it, don't be afraid to speak about it. Don't be afraid to ask other people because most of the time that's how I even knew other people was going through it because me maybe opening up to them made them open up to me and and other things like I like going to counseling, I like journaling, like all those type of things is things that helps, but a lot of us we try to like be in denial about it. So like I said, just admitting to it and acknowledging it is a start, like, and getting some help for it, even if it's anonymously. You don't have to tell people your business, but just for your mental health, go out there and take advantage of it because there's so many resources out here. It's crazy, and
So right now, we're almost in 2021. What's in store?
but what's in store? I feel like I don't want to say too much, and I ain't gonna say too little, but definitely a new beginning of just like I said, breaking generational curses for me and for my daughter because I never was, like I said, into business. So now this is definitely just like a new start for me. Like I'm putting myself in so many different things just to see like what's out there. But I don't know. I can't speak on too much yet because
Oh
I'm still
man.
working on it. Still in the making. I don't like to speak on it, and it ain't done yet. At least let me come back.
Oh no, we speak on existence.
I get yes, I
Whatever
get
we
it.
say,
We
we
putting
do.
it out
You
there.
know, we put
We
it
put
out
it
there.
out there.
Once it's out there, we gotta do it.
Yes.
Because if I don't put it out there, or if I do put it out there and I don't do it, I'm a BSer.
But
So
no,
I don't
I'm
wanna be that.
definitely making the steps towards something new for me. Like, definitely is involving education. So going back to school and just trying to get back to the community because that was something that we discussed too. Like I never really looked at that. And like now that I'm starting to like research and learn about growing, a part of growing is really like helping your community, helping one another. So and it's one way to get your blessings back, So I'm definitely trying to, you know, go in those directions of, building myself and building a business. So,
But also, yeah, that's my biggest thing too. Is you got to give back to the community.
right.
You can never be successful and live in a community that you don't help as well to become successful. You have to build them up as well, so people can actually see you as a leader and also as inspiration. It was very a great pleasure to have you on the show.
Well, I thank you.
I mean, it was a great deal to have entrepreneurs rock out and tell their story and be inspirations to people around the world. Um, Come back anytime, whenever you
Sure
have things
will.
to do and things to talk about.
I'll be
I'm here.
back and
So-
better than ever.
So, Shayla Graves, and it's Community Exchange signing off.
What's good? It's your boy Jay Mills, and right now you tuned into one of the #1 podcasts out right now. Just press play, Community Exchange with my man Lenny Nostra. You already know what it is, all day, every day, from the 212 to you, Millsy.